Here's a fun little maneuver that you can do in your backyard. I do recommend that you use a place with good traction, and it's the Stoppie. So what is the Stoppie? It is when you squeeze that front brake and do a little rear wheel lift, and your rear wheel comes off the ground with control. So let me show you what it looks like. What? Why would you want to do this? Well, it's fun. It's a way to play around, but also it really does help you develop good braking control, especially with that front brake, which a lot of people are a little bit nervous about. Let's break this down in a couple different steps. The first one is to be able to use that front brake without going over the bars. How do we do that? Well, we're going to brake and brace at the same time. Squeeze that front brake while pushing and bracing with the arms. Let me show you what happens if I don't brace and I only squeeze the front brake. Oh, that's step one. The second step is to learn to unweight that rear wheel. All we need to do is a little compression and unweighting. It looks like this. Might take a little bit of timing, but when we combine the two, that rear wheel starts to come up. So start very slowly. Notice I'm doing it very gently. It doesn't have to be big. Oh, that was a big one. So what do I do if that rear wheel comes up too high and it starts to get a little bit too weird? I just let off the front brake. I'll show you what that looks like. Yeah, so now that you've combined the two, that rear wheel starts to come off the ground slightly. You can start playing with it. As your confidence builds, you can squeeze a little harder, brace a little harder, compress a little bit more, and rise up. So maybe you come in a little bit faster. Right? Maybe you can do a little turn. Here's another option. Front brake, rear brake. Front brake, rear brake, right? How about down a steep slope? I gotta find one of those. Before you go too much bigger, from a flat ground, find a gentle slope. It's a nice way to step your game up. Whoa. Let's go see what we can do on the trail. That's a fun variation. All right, so there's your Stoppie. Learn to unweight at the same time that you brace and brake, and that wheel will start to come off the ground. Remember your safety finger, let go of that brake. If it gets too high, put it back down. Start small in the flats, go to the gentle descents, play around, experiment, and there you go. You got a little backyard good times.